folks, it's that time of the year when we bring you not Wrestling Showdown, but Championship Showdown. And with it we have got every single W3L Championship on the line in this episode. You're going to be seeing, in no particular order, the one to watch Nathan Reynolds putting his heavyweight title on the line against the man he pinned to win that title, the merchandise Mike Musso. We will see the tag team champions, the Noble Lions, defending their belts against Liam Thomson and Aspen Faith. And Sara will be here defending the Women's Championship against Sammii Jayne. 3 fantastic matches we have lined up for you. I'm sure you don't want to listen to me talking. You want to see these championship bouts, am I right? That's what I thought. So let us not waste any time. Let's go to ringside right now for your 3 championship encounters.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is a tag team match, save for one fall, and is for the W3L Tag Team Championship. Introducing first of all, your challengers. Firstly, he is from Aberdeen. He weighs 93 kilograms. He is the king of catch, Aspen Faith! His tag team partner from Edinburgh, weighing at 200 pounds, bad boy, Liam Thomson! And introducing their opponents, proudly representing their home country of England, a total combined weight of 29 stone. They are the team of Lucian Maynard Smith and Tenacious Johnny Lyons. Your W3L Tag Team Champions, the Noble Lions.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe Fordyce here with you on the first of 3 championship matches here on Championship Showdown this week, and it's for the tag team title as the Noble Lions, currently scudding out the ring, get set to face the rather unexpected team, I have to say, of bad boy Liam Thomson and the king of catch Aspen Faith. Now the reason this has come about is that certainly word from backstage is that the Noble Lions have become pretty difficult to work with since becoming tag team champions. Obviously they do get some say in who they face, with ultimately is management decision, but the Lions have pretty much refused to face any ranked challengers, any regular teams if you like, and they said that on this Championship Showdown special they wanted to face some newcomers, give a new team an opportunity. Well, Liam Thomson heard this and seized upon the chance to get himself a shot at the tag titles, and he has chosen Aspen the Faith as his tag team partner. To the best of my knowledge, these two have never teamed up before, but obviously Liam Thomson sees something in Aspen Faith. I'm told that he quite liked his aggression. If you've seen the Halloween special in that Trick or Treat Rumble when Aspen Faith first appeared in the Showdown, you'll know exactly what I mean. Thomson liked that. Both men have a background in tag teaming anyway, with Liam Thomson and Aspen Faith, so they're very good at being in this type of situation. And of course, for the Noble Lions, how can you prepare for a team that you've never seen team up before? And so clearly the Lions are deciding to keep out the way. They're wandering around ringside, they're stalling, not getting in the ring, and Thomson, the veteran here, just casually waiting. Aspen Faith, maybe the slightly more hot-headed of the two, but it should be an interesting contest once these men get going. Now, all 4 of these men do know each other pretty well. They've wrestled in various combinations. They've never worked in this type of match, have never worked in this quartet, but they have wrestled each other because Aspen Faith has been in W3L before. The Halloween special was his first appearance on Showdown, but he's tangled with Lucian Maynard Smith in singles competition at some of our Northern Tour shows. Liam Thomson and Lucian Maynard Smith have wrestled each other umpteen times. Remember back in February of this year, it was Liam Thomson that Johnny Lyons faced when he made his return to W3L at Remedy. So there's a lot of history between these 4 men in various combinations. crowd showing their displeasure to Lucian Maynard Smith. But they are much more receptive towards bad boy Liam Thomson. I mean, how can you not be such a talented man? Believe it or not, he's not been on Showdown since January when he faced Tim Wiley. He's been around W3L now and again. He's been on a bit of a hiatus for a few months, but he is back, and of course he would love to win the Tag Team Championship here on Championship Showdown. Swissingy Hustle 5. And this whole audience, I think every single person telling Smith to shut his mouth. And he does like to talk. And we've not seen the House of Smith for a few weeks. I'm sure there'll be another episode of that coming up in the not too distant future. And a nice snap there by Liam Thomson. It's been said before, he is arguably the best man never to have held a title in W3L. He did hold the crown once, but never shall we say, a proper title, not to diminish the crown, of course. As he lands a leg drop right across the arm of Lucian Maynard Smith. And concentrating on it. This is a page really of Aspen Faith's playbook. He likes to pickle him and work on it. So perhaps this is what Liam Thomson's seen in him. And down goes Smith again. Of course, good tag teaming strategy is to keep your opponent in your half of the ring, wear them down, prevent them from making that tag. And Smith gets to the ropes. Remember, Smith's quite a tall man, he's well over 6 foot tall, so he can get to the ropes pretty easily at times, depending on where he's standing in the ring. And he used his height to good advantage there. And of course, referee Thomas Kearns had to make Liam Thomson break the hold. And it's clear to see that the challengers are the more popular of the two here. Both men interlace the fingers in that Greco-Roman knuckle lock, and they go for a test of strength. Smith's height advantage may give him an edge here, but it doesn't. Liam Thomson just rolls out and takes him down, and again right on the arm. And when you look at some of Smith's moves, like the Smith strap, how can he apply that effectively with his arms weakened? And Thomson slapping Lucian Maynard Smith in the head. He won't like that one. And a big shoulder block. Now this is the first title defence here on Showdown for the Noble Lions, and again, as I said, they were unwilling to face ranked challengers. You'd think that would be the Coffee Brothers, who of course they won the titles from, the Contingency Plan, Reed and Williams, but they're defending them anyway against Thomson and Faith, and it has to be said, the challengers are doing pretty well so far. And here's our first proper look at Aspen Faith. And again, he appeared in our Trick or Treat Rumble. And that was what impressed Liam Thomson enough to ask Faith to be his tag partner. I see Faith going right for the arm and tagging in and out. Another key to tag team strategy is rapid tags. Always keep the fresh man in. And you've got to think that Thomson and Faith have trained together. They have wrestled each other before. Never in W3L, but outside, in other organisations, they've faced each other, so they do know who each other is. But I'm assuming they've obviously done some training together. And down across the arm goes Aspen Faith. He calls himself the King of Catch. And he certainly is that. He's an expert at fitting. Again, Smith grabs the ropes to break the hold. And that's the easy way out. Instead of trying to reverse the hold, fight out of it, you just grab the ropes. And the break has to be made. And it's Johnny time apparently, as Johnny Lyons comes in against Aspen Faith. These two men definitely know each other. They've wrestled a few times before. They've even teamed up once before, opposite Bob Holly of all people. And the crowd not liking Johnny Lyons at all. And Faith just biding his time, just casually waiting, because he knows what Johnny Lyons brings to the table. This is a big opportunity for Aspen Faith, because again, this is only his second match here on Wrestling Showdown, and I imagine if he would have become one half of the tag team champions. I know that's something he'd dearly like to do. He'd like to establish himself more in W3L. Again, he's wrestled here a few times before, but never on Showdown. As Lions, look at the bridge on Aspen Faith, being bent in half almost. And reverses that top wrist lock. And he takes Lions down. And the power of Johnny Lyons fighting back to his feet. And now he's reversed it. But Faith, as I said, he's... hang on! A handful of hair by Johnny Lyons always takes the easy way out. And a nice sequence there by Aspen Faith, ending in that chinlock. Again, the name King of Catch, it isn't just for show, it's not just a bunch of fancy words he's put together. He's very good at working limbs, he's very good at choosing a body part and weighing it down. The technical side of wrestling, I feel like. He's an expert in that sort of thing. Particularly when it comes to superior moves and submission holds. And now being caught in the armpit of Johnny Lyons. Don't envy him there. Faith trying to get out of this one, but Lyons holding on. He's got such massive arms as well as Johnny Lyons. And rakes the eyes of Aspen Faith. And right between the nose, that closed fist, you can see the wrestling has gone out the window here. Lyons just clearly deciding let's just beat up Aspen Faith. Let's break the rules, use closed fists, rake the eyes. Smith going in for that cover. Maybe a bit too early in the match for this. And now we see tag team strategy, now we see the teaming. The quick tags by the Noble Lions. Of course, as was I am told, the mastermind plan of Johnny Lyons, I realise that Lyons and mastermind are not two words that normally get put together. However, it was he that somehow found that loophole in the Coffee Brothers contract at Resolution 10 as he hits the line bite right between the shoulder with Aspen Faith, and this could end it here. And see Liam Thomson comes in, but Aspen Faith kicking out. Lyons throttling him. And now Smith drops the knee. And in for a cover again. Obviously wanting to end this one quickly. Maybe they've realised that Thomson and Faith are going to be tougher to defeat than they were expecting. Certainly they were being out-wrestled in the early going with the Noble Lions. And yet another tag. Aspen Faith really needs to get the corner. This will do him no good whatsoever, being trapped here. Go for the tenacious gun. And Faith got out of the way. He's felt that one before and makes a tag to Liam Thomson, who explodes it in the ring. And he's just knocking Lyons from pillar to post here. There's a reversal. And Liam Thomson just kicks Lyons right in the face. And hits the drop kick off the middle rope. In for the cover. This could be it. But it's not to be. Thomson and Faith will have to wait a little longer to get their hands on those tag team titles, but not much longer, I think. As Lucian Maynard Smith, now you see Liam Thompson's got that tape on his back. He has a weakened back anyway. Taking Smith's knee right in the spine, and that back suplex will do him no good whatsoever. The crowd chanting cheating. Aspen Faith coming in, and he has a bit of a temper on him. He has got that aggressive side, as I said before. You saw that the Trick or Treat Rumble. There is something. Like I've never really spoken to Aspen Faith, but there's something a bit off about him, and I know a few people are kind of concerned about how he's going to react in this situation, because if he snaps, if he gets too irate, I mean, he could end up getting his team DQ'd. But thankfully, cooler heads have prevailed right now. It's so easy to get wound up when you see your partner being double teamed and the referee is being distracted, not doing anything about it. And a lot of people get kind of annoyed and angry in that situation, but you just have to kind of let it go and hope that your partner can fight through. As Lucian Maynard Smith hits the assault right to the ribs, they're obviously targeting the midsection, the torso of Liam Thomson. As Smith goes right to the eyes. It's such a shame in many ways that Lucian Maynard Smith would do this, because he trains like very few people in W3L. He's forever off at different seminars. He's trained with wrestlers from all over the world. He's travelled up and down the country to do that as well, so he knows what he's doing. He's a fine wrestler, but often he just breaks the rules because he can. And a lovely delayed vertical line plex. In for the cover. Maybe not as strong a cover, could put more weight across the shoulders perhaps. You cannot ever underestimate bad boy Liam Thomson. Going for it again, an inside cradle, and that's what happened at Remedy. But it doesn't get it this time. And immediately Lyons tags out, keep the freshman again working on the back. And the tape that Liam Thompson's got on is to ease the pain in his back somewhat, to help with his flexibility. But it's basically like a large bullseye. And a lovely snap suplex. But only nets Lucian Maynard Smith a 2 count. And again, there's a knee right in the back. And you can clearly see the focus of the Noble Lions. They've got Liam Thomson down. Oh, Smith's raking at his face as well. Come on. Fish hooking him. Thomas Kerrins applying the count. He should be getting a bit quicker in my opinion. This crowd firmly behind bad boy Liam Thomson. To be honest, they probably cheer anybody over the Noble Lions. There's a big back elbow, cuts him down. Smith again in for the cover right away, not wasting any opportunity. But Liam Thompson's still too fresh. Fighting perhaps on instinct more than anything else, and in comes tenacious Johnny Lyons. And with ease, he body slams bad boy Liam Thomson. But doesn't go for the pin though, instead climbs the turnbuckles. And lands that big leg drop. Unfortunately, the only thing he hits is the canvas. Liam Thompson was out the way. And Johnny Lyons will be regretting that one. Maybe took a little too long. Maybe should have gone for a pinfall attempt first, who knows. But you see Liam Thompson has rolled the wrong way. He's far away from Aspen Faith. And he's crawling over. Smith gets his tag first. And in comes the King of Catch. And this is the first man he ever wrestled in W3L was Lucian Maynard Smith. So there is some history between these two. He gets sent over the ropes on that ring apron, and he just bides his time and smacks him squarely in the face with that forearm. And Faith crashes down on Lucian Maynard Smith. This could be all here, but it's not to be. And there's just something about Aspen Faith. You can see he gets that look in his eyes, like in a wild-eyed look as the match goes on, as he gets fired up, that bit of aggression, bit of intensity. It's almost like he has not quite a tunnel vision, but he kind of views the match differently. He has that sadistic streak that runs through him, and that's going to net on the tag titles. No, it doesn't. Johnny Lyons just break up and no more. The Lions launch him across the ring, ducks that double clothesline, and hits one of his own. And Aspen Faith having this match firmly in his way. Hang on, Smith sends him flying. Oh, and he crashed into Liam Thompson. He bumped into his own partner, knocked with it, and Smith with the rope, and he's feeling the ropes. I can't believe this. Lucian Maynard Smith has stolen a victory over Aspen Faith and Liam Thompson. So credit where it's due to Lucian Maynard Smith taking advantage of an opportunity. Aspen Faith crashed into Liam Thompson, who was climbing on the ring apron through no fault of his own. Of course, that stunned Aspen Faith long enough for Smith to roll him up, but then he put his feet on the ropes for added leverage, and you can see Faith is not happy with this at all. And Thompson now recovered, climbing back at the ring. He's been around. Oh, and Faith. Understandable, emotions are running high here. Obviously Liam Thompson, the veteran in this one, been around a lot longer than Aspen Faith. He realises what happened. It was it was clearly just a mistake. These things happen. Thomson saying let's forget about it. Ah, look at this. This is good, the team's back together. Oh, hang on! Aspen Faith attacks Liam Thomson and puts the boots to him. I told you there's something wrong about him. And he's got that gleam in his eyes, that sadistic streak. He's obviously snapped. I mean, this was clearly nobody's fault, it was just bad luck. But he's obviously thinking, that, is this what, Thomson's fault? Is he blaming the bad boy? Like he happened to be climbing on the apron? Aspen Faith has gone mental. He's just throttling Thomson in the corner, stomping away at him. Clearly unhappy that his opportunity to become tag team champion has disappeared. And it looks like he's blaming bad boy Liam Thomson for that. And right across the back with that backbreaker. And again, Thomson's got that tape on his back. Now, if anybody needs blamed, it's probably Lucian Maynard Smith. He's the one that sent Aspen Faith crashing into Liam Thomson. But the King of Catch, what an impact he's made here on Wrestling Showdown at the expense of bad boy Liam Thomson. I'm sure there's going to be repercussions from this, ladies and gentlemen. But regardless, the Noble Lions are still your champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is a singles match set for one fall and is for the W3L Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first of all your challenger. He is from Kirkcaldy. He weighs 235 pounds. He is the merchandise Mike Musso. His opponent, he comes to us from Dundee. He weighs in at 19 stone. He is the W3L Heavyweight Champion, the one to watch, Nathan Reynolds!
So it's time for our heavyweight title match, the second of 3 championship matches here on Championship Showdown, and it's for the heavyweight title as the one to watch Nathan Reynolds defends against Mike Musso. And these two men, they know each other so well. We all know the history of these two. They are friends, they are rivals. They've fought countless times. I could recap all of their prior matches, but to be honest, we'd run out of time in this episode if I did that. But we've seen these two men battle. They always have a tremendous sporting contest. Both men loved by the fans in equal measure. And of course, who better to be facing Nathan Reynolds on Championship Showdown this week than the man he won his now second heavyweight title from, of course, the merchandise Mike Musso. It was in that triple threat match not all that long ago actually, when Nathan Reynolds pinned Mike Musso in the match, of course involving then heavyweight champion Joe E. Legend as well. So it was decided by management that Musso would get this opportunity, and a spear early on. Reynolds not waiting about. And the hard part with this match is Musso goes to the floor. Both these men have wrestled so many times. They've been tag team partners, opponents. They know what the other brings to the table. They know each other's best moves, all their tactics. So you almost have to come up with something brand new. I wonder if you will see that in this match here on Championship Showdown. Will we be seeing something different from Musso and Reynolds? Because when you can prepare for your opponent so easily, it's simpler to avoid moves. You can make sure you're not in a certain position. You know when you get grabbed a certain way what the result's going to be, and you can try and avoid the holds. So how do you beat an opponent who can counter everything you're going to do before you can do it? And I guess we'll find out in this contest. And Reynolds being slightly more aggressive at the start of the two. I mean, he knows Musso is able to defeat him at any opportunity, and Musso also knows that Reynolds can defeat him at any opportunity. So you really want to take the advantage as soon as you can, because back at Resolution 10 at the end of September, Musso did eke a victory over Nathan Reynolds as he gets up over his shoulders and just throws him down and immediately goes to the cover. Now normally you think he would have gone for the blunt force trauma, but they are doing something different, just throws Reynolds down. It was a fairly ugly landing, but Musso obviously willing to do that because the heavyweight title is on the line, and Musso would dearly love to get his hands on that championship one more time. 4 times he's held it in the past, and nobody in history has ever held it 5 times. And it'd be a massive accolade for Musso if he could manage that as he climbs the turnbuckles. Reynolds sees him though and gets back in the ring and cuts him off. I think he was expecting Musso to dive on him on the floor there. And Musso slammed heavily off that top turnbuckle. And again, these two men have fought so many times. If you're part of the Northern Tour in 2014, hang on, Reynolds go for a cover early. Doesn't get it. But back in 2014, Northern Tour, these two men fought a couple of times. They went to a 30-minute time limit draw. So I mean, they can go the distance against each other. On our 100th event, which happened in July of 2014 in Edinburgh, Reynolds had another long match against Mike Musso, and these matches usually always go long because they know what each other can do. They have the stamina, they can last the distance. As Reynolds hits that side slam, Musso's still a bit too fresh, however. And remember, at 7 Deadly Sins in June of this year, in the semi-final match, they had a time limit draw as well. So these two men are going to have to really break something different out, pull something out the bag, because somebody's got to win this match. But will it be Nathan Reynolds continuing his now second reign of Reynolds, or will Musso make history by becoming the first ever 5-time heavyweight champion? Reynolds is going for a superplex here. And he's trying to miss everything to fight out of it. You can see hitting those short punches to the ribs and sends Reynolds flying. And hits a flying body press off the top. Immediately in for a cover. Now we saw Musso pin Johnny Lyons with a flying body press just last week here in the Showdown. And one of the questions coming out of, hang on, and Musso with a Hurricane Rana. Now I told you they might break something different out. Musso's never used that as far as I can remember. And now he just dumps down Nathan Reynolds with that back suplex powerbomb. But Reynolds knew he was going for the big splash and gets the knees up. And there's a spinebuster. And nobody in W3L throws a spinebuster like Nathan Reynolds as he goes in for the cover. And Musso kicks out, but not with as much vim and vigour as he did earlier on. And I think that spinebuster's got the better of him there. But that Hurricane Rana, where the hell did Musso learn that one? Obviously been trained with El Technico, I assume. Musso kicks him off, so we're going for some sort of leg grapevine. And gets him, and Musso gets slingshotted right in the corner. His face smashing that top turnbuckle. And Reynolds just ramming him in the corner, working on that lower back. Now obviously the spinebuster's going to weaken that. The one to watch, it's Nathan Reynolds' usual finishing hold, if you like. That will work on the back as well. And he's got a hold of Musso here in some sort of variant of an abdominal stretch, like a version of the gator perhaps. So he's got mixing with a courting hold as well. I think he's trying to arch Musso's back and try and weaken him or wear him down, because of course Musso does like to use that blunt force trauma, but that involves him lifting Reynolds over his shoulders. So of course if you have a weakened back, it's going to be much harder to lift somebody like Nathan Reynolds up, as Musso has a drop kick and immediately scurries in for the pin, but it does not get the tail that he so desperately craves. And a drop kick of Reynolds' own. We're seeing a whole bunch of new things here as Musso out on one. And there's the spear. This is going to end it surely. He's beaten so many people with a spear, but no, Musso kicking it on two. As I've already said, this becomes so hard. How do you beat somebody who knows what you can bring to the table, who has tasted all of your biggest moves, who you've thrown literally everything you've got at, and they have come back at you? And it's going to be so hard for either man to gain the advantage here and gain the pinfall. Reynolds, now he may be going for a flying spear, which is exactly how he won the title last month, but Musso went to the floor to avoid it. Reynolds just perches, and he hits a flying spear anyway. Nathan Reynolds crashing off the ring apron right through Mike Musso, and you can see it's a hard wooden floor. So Reynolds has sacrificed himself every bit as much as assaulting Musso with that one. Now, are both of them going to get back in the ring? Because a heavy landing both men took. Thomas Kearns up to 5. He's up to 6 now. Reynolds back into the ring. There's no... Oh wait, hang on. There is a sign of Musso. But he's really slow in getting up. He may have broken a rib or two. And certainly if his back's been weakened earlier on, it's going to be even worse now. After being driven to that wooden floor. Reynolds just measuring him. And a big shot to the face. And again, there is so much respect between these two men, but when the heavyweight title's in the line, and Musso pulls the rope down, and Reynolds crashes heavily to the floor. His momentum carries him over the top rope. It's like I said, when you know your opponent so well, you know what they can do. And what's Musso setting for? And lands an elbow drop right off the ring apron. Now again, it's a wooden floor. And Musso's had issues with his elbow and hip in the past few months. Nothing too serious, of course, nothing to prevent him from wrestling. But that's not going to improve it any. But I guess he feels he needs to do that. He needs to find a new way of doing things. Throw something different at Nathan Reynolds. But we're up to 6. I don't think either man's going to get in the ring. It's a 7. And we're getting perilously close. Who's going to get back in the ring first? It could be Musso. Hang on, and it's a double count out, I think. Thomas Kearns calling for the bell. Let's try and get some official word from your ring announcer, Stevie Wizard. Kearns calling across. I don't think either man got in the ring. I think they officially have a double count out, but let's find out just now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee's official decision. This match is a double count out. Therefore, still the W3L heavyweight champion, Nathan Reynolds.
So Reynolds retains his title in the result of that double count out. Mike Musso's attempts to become the 5-time champion are failing him. Reynolds remonstrating here. And I think the fans want the match restarted, and I think Reynolds does as well. And he wants the match to start. He doesn't want to win by double count out, so they're restarting the match. Wow, Nathan Reynolds could have retained the title, and this has given Musso a good bit of time to recover. And look at this, he's exploding at the corner with these forearm smashes. Launching Reynolds in. Goes to that face buster, but no! Reynolds, one step ahead, knew it was coming, drops from the turnbuckles, and Musso avoids the spear. And up goes Musso, could be the one to watch. And that's exactly what it is. Reynolds retains the title after hitting the one to watch. But somehow he doesn't. Somehow Mike Musso kicks out. Now the irony is, I'm told that with Musso's victory over Johnny Lyons last week, that he and Reynolds are possibly due a tag title shot in the future, but can they coexist? Will there be anything left them to face the Noble Lions if that does actually go ahead? Reynolds gets perched in with a rope. Now could he be going for a flying spear? We saw him hit one to the floor. Another one would surely spell the end. But Musso knew what was coming and gets the knee lift up. And look at this, hoisting up Reynolds with that bad back of his. And the blunt force trauma. Down goes Nathan Reynolds head first. This is going to be all. Mike Musso becomes a 5-time champion, but not yet. Somehow Reynolds pops a shoulder off the canvas. He's tasted that blunt force trauma. He's been driven head first at the mat, time and time again by Mike Musso. And this crowd very split between these two men. They love Nathan Reynolds, they love Mike Musso. And Musso, oh no way, are we going to see a merchandiser? I think that's what he was going for. Oh, and Thomas Kearns gets caught in the crossfire. Reynolds swung a clothesline, Musso ducked, and Thomas Kearns got wiped out, and he hits the merchandiser. Wow, check the mothballs flying off that one. He hasn't used that in years. But there's no referee. Thomas Kearns has been taken out. And wait a minute, we have a second ref. Second ref comes in. and only a 2 though. Reynolds had quite a lot of time just to lie there, to recover, to rest, just to wait for whatever was going to happen. I think he would have happily stayed there just to recover more. We have a second referee. Thomas Kerrin's unconscious. Well, actually stirring now, thankfully, but that was a big arm of Nathan Reynolds to be clobbering him. The second referee concentrating more on the match than Thomas Kerrin's. As Musso goes to the top rope, comes diving off and gets hit with the spear, and Nathan Reynolds cuts Mike Musso in half. This is going to be over, but somehow it's not. Mike Musso, with fire in his belly, still able to continue. And at some point Nathan Reynolds was thinking, what do I need to do? How can I stop this from happening? How can I put down Musso? And he could go for the one to watch again. Musso knows what it is, slips out and picks him up. Tried to. Reynolds trying to fight out in every way possible. What's Musso going for here? And a big back suplex in for the cover. Hang on, both referees make the count. What's the result? What's happened? Who's got the pinfall here? What's going on? Thomas Kerrin is saying Nathan Reynolds has won, so I guess he's retained his title. Is that right? No, Musso's got the belt. What? Hang on, there's obviously some sort of confusion here. No, wait. Kerrin's is saying that Reynolds retains it. This is very confusing, ladies and gentlemen. So, hang on, we've obviously got a situation here. It looks like both men had their shoulders down. Each referee's at a different side. They've obviously counted the shoulders. One for Reynolds, one for Musso. So nobody knows who's effectively won. Both referees are saying that the other person's won the match. We don't have an official ruling here. The match has gone to some sort of draw. Can we get... Hang on, Wizard's getting in the ring here. Can we get some sort of official word here? Who's actually won this? Both referees saying it's a different person. They can't both win the title. We're not going to have co-heavyweight champions. I think both wrestlers and the crowd as well are as confused as we are. Let's see if we can find out. Wizard's in discussion with the referees. If we go back to him, maybe he can clarify for us exactly who is the winner and the champion. I think, has Musso become a 5-time champ? Let's see if we can find out what's happening with this.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be with us. I've been in discussion with the referees. As you can see, both men had their shoulders down. So as a result of a double pin, this match has been declared a draw. Therefore, Nathan Reynolds retains the heavyweight championship.
Well, Reynolds saying he wants a proper decision. He's going to end in a draw or a double pin. Kerrin's is back up now, so I guess he's in charge. He can restart the match, and he is. They're restarting the match for the second time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are restarting the match.
So it's restarting. Musso versus Reynolds will continue, and Musso immediately goes to the legs, takes down Reynolds with that Indian deathlock. Musso with a bridge and wrenching at the neck. Reynolds is kind of close to the ropes though, but it's a different tactic from Musso. Obviously the slams, suplexes, knee lifts haven't quite got the job done so far, and he and Reynolds have both had the chance to rest a bit during that confusion over who won the last portion of the match as Reynolds grabs the ropes. So we've had a double count out, we've had a double pin as well, so hopefully we're going to get a proper decision. Both men are weakened. They've had a little time to recover, but clearly not enough, I wouldn't have thought. Musso, he just gets slapped in the face. And Musso, those long legs, blocks the shot at the turnbuckles, but Reynolds doesn't. Musso going to suplex him at the ring. That's exactly what he does. Now what's Musso going for? Go for that cradle suplex. but only next time I took out, so Musso's shoulders looked like they were down as well. There could be another double pin. So Musso's had the advantage in this latter portion of the match, and things could be going his way. He's now climbing the turnbuckles, and if he were to land an elbow drop, that surely will spell the end of the match, surely. But Reynolds moves, Musso lands on his feet, Musso ducks a clothesline, Reynolds avoids the boot, and hang on, no, not really a spinebuster, instead puts him down, applies a Sasori Gatame. Yeah, a Scorpion Deathlock, sharpshooter, call what you will. And he sits back. Now Reynolds is a good 19 stone, and if he applies that properly, I don't think he's quite stretching back as well as he could, but this could spell the end for Musso unless he can get out of it. We've seen Musso's back's been weakened earlier on. Obviously got speared in the floor for one thing, taking a spine buster, the one to watch as well. He's caught and he gets the ropes. Always the advantage of Mike Musso being so tall, he can reach it and grab those ropes quite easily. Reynolds with that look of almost desperation, like what can I do? I've put him in a submission hold, he's got to the ropes. Musso followed him with a back elbow and launched himself out with a clothesline. Musso's thinking to finish him off. Surely he's not going to go for the blunt force trauma. I don't think his back can hold Reynolds up. And it's a struggle. It's definitely a struggle. And Reynolds slips out. And he hooks him once again, the Sasori Gatame. Musso crawling desperately for the ropes. His back is in no good shape. I'm not going to go into the history of him going through tables courtesy of the contingency plan. You know about that already, I am sure. Musso caught in the Sasori Gatame. Is he going to submit? His hand is wavering. 3 taps to the mat will end this contest. Or will he get to the ropes? I've honestly no idea. Reynolds sitting low on that back. Hang on, is that the bell? What's going on?
Ladies and gentlemen, the time limit for this match has expired.
Wow, we've got a time limit draw. So neither man gets the advantage. Neither man scores that decisive pinfall or submission that they wanted. Now we've already had 2 draws in this match. We've now had a third one. Is this going to be it? Is Reynolds definitely taking the title? He doesn't look happy about it. Obviously he wants to remain champion, of course, who wouldn't? But he wants to decisively defeat Musso, get that definite pinfall or submission victory to prove that he deserves to be champion, that he has earned his retention of that title. Keren's calling over Wizard again. Are they going to restart this again? Rematch, says Reynolds. He and Musso will go all night if they have to.
Ladies and gentlemen, obviously both participants want to continue the match. The time limit has expired, but as I'm sure you can appreciate, we only have a limited time in the venue. We do have other matches to take place. We do not have the time to continue this match, gentlemen.
Wow.
Nathan Reynolds retains the heavyweight title in this circumstance.
So, due to time limit, the match time limit is expired, but obviously we still have a women's championship match still to come, so we can't be here all night. Unfortunately, it looks like this match is going to have to come to an end. Rightly or wrongly, Reynolds has retained the title. Maybe not the way he would have liked, but certainly it proves that he is definitely the one to watch. He's the one to beat, because Musso couldn't beat him. Well, he couldn't beat Musso either. I'm sure these 2 men will meet one more time for that title at some point in the future.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next match is a singles contest set for 1 fall, and is for the W3L Women's Championship. Introducing first of all your challenger, coming to us from Perth, this is Sammii, Jayne. Introducing her opponent, she is from the Kingdom of Fife, the W3L Women's Champion, Sara!
Our final championship match of this edition of Championship Showdown is for the Women's Championship. It's a lot of championships. As we have a rematch from our Halloween special about 5 weeks ago. Now on that event, I'm sure you saw Sara defend the title against Sammii Jayne. The match went into a double count out, and after the match Jayne grabbed the women's title much like she's doing now and tried to walk off with it. Sara responded by nearly kicking her head off her shoulders. So due to the fact it was a double count out, due to the animosity that still exists between these two, W3L management decided to rematch them here on Championship Showdown with the women's title on the line. Will the result be any different? We will find out, because Sammii Jayne certainly has all the ability in the world to hold the women's championship, but she has to get it off Sara, who is in the midst of her third reign. That's historic, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody's ever held the women's title 3 times, and Sara was the first person to do that, because back at Resolution 10 at the end of September, she defeated Leah Owens to regain, I should say, the title, and she has been willing to defend it against everybody ever since. Of course, here on Showdown she faced Sammii Jayne at her Halloween special, and then she's got her here this week on Championship Showdown. And Sammii Jayne just arguing with the crowd. They do not like this woman whatsoever. And Sara just casually biding her time. She knows what Sammii Jayne is like. They fought before, they're no strangers to each other. Interestingly, Sammii Jayne has the advantage over Sara when it comes to wins. Back on Showdown in April of last year, Sammii Jayne pinned Sara, and then in the August of last year, Sammii Jayne beat Sara in a mixed tag team match. Sara, of course, went to the double count out with her back at her Halloween special, so there's never actually been a clean fall in Showdown for Sara over Sammii Jayne, who tries to flip Sara out the way, who cartwheels out of it and drops her with a clothesline and a back elbow, and yet another clothesline. So Sara does have some revenge on her mind. She wants to prove that she can actually cleanly defeat Sammii Jayne, something she's never actually done yet, certainly in W3L. She ducks a clothesline, and much like in our previous match, Sara with a kick. Now, much like Reynolds and Musso, these two know each other pretty well, so again it becomes hard to come up with something different, something new, because your opponent can prepare for it. Obviously Sammii Jayne able to prepare for that springboard kick, however. And Sara, the matriarch of Scottish women's wrestling, just happy to bide her time. I mean, she's been going since, what, around 2004 or something like that, so she knows what she's doing. She's a young veteran, as I've said here on Showdown many times before, so she's not going to get suckered into making a mistake. She's been there and she's done it. And Sammii Jayne going down face first, tripping over that rope. Sara's got so many tricks up her sleeve, albeit she's got bare arms, but you know what I'm saying. And Jayne not happy, storming away, going to sit in the crowd. Clearly Sara decided she's had enough of this, and the chase is on. They're running around the ring. You're not going to get a match victory here. And Sammii Jayne went for the leg drop. Sara somewhat goaded her into it. And this crowd firmly behind Sara. I hope she's not asking Thomas Kearns to do it better. Surely not. But she succeeds in stalling long enough that it goads Sara in the corner. And of course you see the result. Sammii Jayne, a very intelligent woman, very clever wrestler, and she can take advantage of these things. Again, she uses a bit of histrionics, capable, so she goes to the cover, and sometimes acts all kind of comedic and funny, but it's just really an act to throw her opponent off. She can be as vicious as they come when she needs to be. When she gets that advantage, when she's controlling the match, then you're going to be in all sorts of trouble. And Sammii is a big history buff, something you may not know about her, likes to read about historical events. So you know she's studied, you know she's well read and learned. And she may not always come across that necessarily, but she definitely is. She throttles Sara on the ropes. So these fans trying to get the best view of this match. They want to see whether Sammii Jayne is going to become the new women's champion. And the women's title has never really been a hot potato of a championship. Generally, the people that have held it have been good enough to hold it for quite a while. But if Sammii Jayne wins it, this will be the most it's changed in quick succession in history, as she just wrenches Sara's throat by lifting her off the canvas. Sara being effectively throttled there. And Sara catches her, but Sammii Jayne's tasted that Hurricanrana before, and Sara catches her. The power of Sara, and launches her overhead with the move that Scott Hall used to call the SOS, which we'll refer to as the sack of Sammii. This is a family show. And Sara gets clobbered though. Sammii Jayne not happy with being flung away like yesterday's rubbish. And Sammii Jayne's back hurting her. And Sara's a powerful woman. Certainly you can see that with she was throwing Sammii Jayne around with ease. Jayne only getting that 2 count. Of course, Sara has to keep her eyes on the contenders list. Obviously she's not overlooking Sammii Jayne by any means as she takes that double knee drop right to the midsection. This could spell the end, but does not. But there are so many viable challengers wanting after Sara. Of course, Leah Owens will be after her mandatory rematch. We saw Little Miss Roxy just a few weeks ago. Maybe she'll be challenging Sara at some point. Casey Owens will definitely want a title shot. What about Debbie Sharp? There are so many people that Sara could be facing at some point in the future. And of course the same goes for Sammii Jayne. I'd assume if she wins the title this week, it's going to be her and Leah Owens at the earliest opportunity. And Sammii Jayne just dumps down Sara, goes straight in for the cover, but nets herself a 2 count in the process. It's a combination of a vertical suplex and a gut wrench suplex. Jayne complaining to the referee Thomas Kearns, but it's not like he's going to change his ruling. And Sara firing back with some forearms. She knows what Sammii Jayne's capable of. She won't take her lightly. Goes to the Quesadora and drops with a bulldog headlock. Now I'm not sure what Sammii Jayne was thinking. Was she going to try and German suplex Sara from that position? Possibly was, but Sara turned it into the bulldog anyway. And both on the opposite sides of the ring, the crowd firmly behind the champion. Sammii Jayne charges in and Sara gets out of the way and strikes another forearm. And Sara crashing into her. That forearm smash, avalanche style, squashing Sammii Jayne in the corner. And drops her with a reverse neckbreaker. It's a proper rude awakening for her. Sara in for the cover, but Sammii Jayne still too fresh, still enough to kick out. The Women's Championship is a big accolade, and Sammii Jayne's never held it here in W3L, and you know that she would love to put that on her CV. As Sara hooks up for the Serotonin, but Sammii Jayne's filled out before, and she hits the Enziguri, and Sara doing everything she can not to crash to her feet, but gets taken down with a German suplex. This could be all. But Sara retaining the title for the time being by kicking out that German suplex. When you think she just took an Enziguri as well, so she gets kicked in the head, then dropped on it. I mean, that's quite a boon for Sara to be able to kick out. Sammii Jayne unhappy, perhaps wondering what she's going to do next. She's obviously got some sort of plan as she climbs the turnbuckles. Sara charges in and drop kicks the ankles, and nobody expected that one. And drops down Sammii Jayne with the rhinoplasty, right in for the cover. But Sammii Jayne kicks out. She got dropped face first on the canvas. And it netted Sara a very close fall, but not quite enough. And again, these two have been creating the distance. Sara charging in, and Sammii Jayne drops us down with that double knee lift out the corner. only netting her two. Perhaps not the wisest strategy. Sara's got such long legs. We've seen that a few times tonight. The taller people have it easier in getting towards those ropes. Sammii Jayne maybe having an idea. Maybe she's going to set her up for something to end it with. Hooks across the shoulder. Oh, don't tell me she's going for a blunt force trauma, is she? Oh, and she slams her down. But it barely nets her a two, no more. That fireman's carry sit out slam doesn't quite get it done for Sammii Jayne. Beginning to throw a bit of a tantrum, and she really needs to concentrate on her opponent though. Turning her attention to the crowd and Thomas Kerrins will not win her this match. And Sammii Jayne has to think she's beaten Sara before. She knows what it takes to get a pinfall victory over the current women's champion. If she could just go back into her playbook, which admittedly was often holding the shorts, putting her feet on the ropes, but that could be what she needs to do to get the title. As she just hammers Sara with a barrage of forearms right in the corner, and that's going to knock the air out of Sara's lungs. And Sammii Jayne setting her up. The crowd goes quiet as they begin to wonder what is she going to do here. The crowd getting behind the women's champion, behind Sara. Sammii Jayne setting her up for a superplex. Sara trying to block it. We saw Mike Musso do the same thing earlier on. And Sammii Jayne gets dropped down with a gore buster. That's twice now her face has been driven at the canvas. And Sara's got her hooked. What's she going to go for? And she hits the diamond dust right at the corner. And that does it.
And still women's champion, Sara!
So Sara retains the women's title to end our special edition of Championship Showdown.
Three very eventful title matches, I'm sure you will agree. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you that Liam Thomson has been petitioning W3L management already to get his hands on Aspen Faith, and I'm told that will be happening sometime very soon here on Wrestling Showdown. So make sure you subscribe to this channel and you'll be alerted as to when that match occurs. I'm sure you've also not heard the last of Mike Musso challenging for the heavyweight title, but Nathan Reynolds has another challenge. I'll tell you about that in a second. And what about Sara successfully defending the title against her perennial nemesis Sammii Jayne? Who will Sara be challenged by next time? Possibly former champion Leah Owens. But of course the list of contenders is long. Now, I mentioned Nathan Reynolds. He has another heavyweight title defence coming up on the horizon, and it goes down on Wednesday the 28th of December at our next live event, which happens at Petticoat Bay Holiday Park in Kinghorn, Fife. Nathan Reynolds will be facing the man who came within a hair's breadth of being heavyweight champion at Resolution 10. I'm talking about the Iron Man, Joe Coffey. Now, one thing you need to know is that Joe Coffey versus Nathan Reynolds for the heavyweight title is an exclusive match that will only happen for the live fans in Petticoat Bay. In short, we're not filming it. It's not going to get broadcast on the W3L network. It won't appear in Wrestling Showdown. If you want to see what promises to be a titanic battle between these two men, you have to be there in person. And to do that, you need to get a ticket. And you can get one of those by going to our website, W3LWrestling.com. While you're there, make sure you've given us a like on Facebook and a follow on Twitter for all the latest updates about W3L and our live event on Wednesday the 28th of December in Petticoat Bay. Remember, Nathan Reynolds versus Joe Coffey will not be filmed. It's a match you cannot afford to miss. That's going to be in addition to all your favourite W3L stars on that show as well. Make sure you are there. Make sure you've subscribed, and make sure you join us next week right here on the W3L network, as we'll be bringing you more W3L Wrestling Showdown.